If you're playing any FPS shooters nowadays, you know how important sound is in the game. And Escape from Tarkov, it's vital to your survival and just overall gameplay. My name is Ruben, and we're going to be going over all of the headsets, what's the best for you, what I think are not really that worth it, and just overall the sound quality and what you're trying to get in Escape from Tarkov. I stream Escape from Tarkov Sunday through Wednesday in the evenings. I would love it if you dropped by and said hello, and let's get right into the video. Now, all the headsets have a different kind of tone to them, whether some of them are a little bit bassy or some of them are a little bit trebly, but they all reduce ambient noise. And what ambient noise is what you're hearing right now. That little hollow noise, because we are in the factory and it just sounds very, very spooky almost. And now if I start to walk without a headset, you can definitely hear all the immediate sounds that are going on around you, and then even gunfire sounds a little bit louder. The first pair of headsets we're going to go over are the GSSh's, and the thing I like about these is that they're readily available. So they're off of proper level 1, and you're going to have them all the time. The thing about Escape from Tarkov is any headset is better than no headset at all. So I'm going to take these off, and I'm going to show you what the sound is like without a headset. So as you can see here and here, you barely can hear your footsteps, and yeah, that's great, but as far as hearing things, you need to be able to hear footsteps in this game from a farther distance. I'm going to throw these back on, and we're going to test them out. So you can hear that these headsets are very bassy, low in tone, and if you prefer that, that's great, but for me, I don't really prefer that. I also don't really like how it doesn't reduce the ambient noise, so you get to hear your footsteps a lot of random noises around you. It doesn't really reduce the noise as headsets should. The next pair of headsets we're going to go over are the M32s. These are going to be off of skier level 1, so again, they're going to be readily available, which I like. Any headset is better than no headset at all, but very similar to the GSSh's. Very bassy soundy. They don't really reduce the sound of your own footsteps, which I guess is, yeah, like, it's great to hear that, but you want to be able to hear everything else around you and not yourself. The ComTacs are going to be the third pair of headset we're going to be looking at, and these are going to be the most common you're going to see people running. They're probably people's most favorite pair of headsets. These are going to be off of Ragman level 2. Now, what I like about these is they're not very bassy. High treble, so you get to hear footsteps from a farther distance away, and also it reduces ambient noise. So if you hear now, that kind of whooshing and like that ambient noise you hear around you is reduced a lot. So like I said, very high reduction in ambient noise, and that bassiness is reduced by a lot. One of my favorites, and that you'll see most common on most PMCs. The next headsets we're going to go over are the Sordins. These are going to be found on Ragman level 3, not as available as the previous 3, but very, very useful pair of headsets. If you like the bassy tone of the GSSh or the M32s, but you really don't want to hear your own footsteps, these are the headsets for you. I don't prefer them, but I can see why people do prefer them. Now, we're going to do a little test here. Again, a bassier tone without really hearing your own footsteps. Next up are the TAC Sports. The TAC Sports are not the most common headsets I at least see when I'm playing the game. Not my favorite at all. Very natural sound, a little bassy, but they're also Ragman level 4, so you're not going to be getting them until later on with Ragman, and that's pointless. You have other headsets available that do just as good a job. Let's do a quick sound test. So again, a little bassy, but you can hear your own footsteps, which I really don't like in this game. I prefer to hear everyone else's around me more than my own. So those are the TAC Sports. The next two we're going to go over are the Razors and the XCELs. Very similar, and they're arguably the best headsets in the game. But here's the problem with that. They're not readily available just like the others from dealers. You're going to find these either on the flea market or in raid through maybe you find something in a box, or you're going to get them off of raiders. Now, I do like these headsets a lot, and if I ever have them, I'm going to use them, but I'm not going to go out of my way to spend money on something that is maybe like a 10% better advantage than all the other headsets. So we're going to do a sound test on the Razors and the XCELs. And now the XCELs. Again, a great reduction in sound and your own sound and ambient noises, especially when you shoot the gun. Great headsets, but you're just not going to be able to find them, or they're not going to be that available to you unless you want to spend as much money as you can on the flea market on them. Be my guest, but I don't suggest it. So between all of these, I honestly prefer the ComTac. The most common ones you're going to see people running, the best reduction in sound, and also you're not going to hear your own footsteps. That's why you're going to see these run the most. Another pair you're going to see run the most are probably the GSSHs, just because they're cheap, easy to buy, and they're just kind of like a whatever headset, especially if you're just doing a really good budget run. But if you're not looking for a budget, you go for the XCEL or Razors. Be a Chad, be everything you could be in this game. But that's it with this video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was very helpful, because I can understand how difficult it is to, you know, like, why are there so many headsets? Well, this is why. Different kind of quality sounds, especially in the game and outside of the game with your own headsets. If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like down below. Comment which headsets you prefer, if you go for a budget or you just chat it out and just spend all your money on the flea market on the XCELs or Razors. But other than that, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.